Hello, my dear adorables. As you may recall, about a year ago, I said that we would like to spend the coming winter in a warm climate, because every year, with the onset of winter, the children start getting very sick. Unfortunately, things didn't go according to plan. I wrote about this in more detail on our Patreon page. But I will still give you a quick overview. If we would go to another country for the entire winter, given the rising cost of airfare and hotels, we'd have spent all our savings, which in the current situation would be insane. So, we thought we would just stay home for now and devote this time to studying the topics that interested us. But then, one morning, Susie saw really cheap tickets to Turkey, just $50 a ticket. We decided to fly there for a short time, just a couple of weeks, and we had two reasons for doing so. The first was that the children still had runny noses. They'd been going on for 3 months now. Incidentally, I also had a runny nose. Susie was the healthiest physically, but she was the most exhausted mentally. So, a short trip seemed like an expensive and rational solution. And we could see if the warm climate could improve the children's health. The second reason was that my mother, who had worked in the same place for over 40 years, finally quit her job. My mother isn't interested in any material things in life, but she greatly enjoys spending time with her grandchildren and dreams of traveling to places with Asian sites. So, we decided to buy these $50 tickets, which by the way turned out to be cheaper than tickets to Moscow, and hit the road. In the Patreon video I showed the apartment we rented. It has a kitchen, so we will save significantly on food, since instead of going out to restaurants, we will be cooking exclusively at home. For now, we have a long road ahead of us, and if you watched our videos of us traveling along the Black Sea coast and then going to Turkey, you will probably remember that Sati was over 2 years old the time and walking independently, confidently, while Dan Jr. was just starting to take his first steps. Looking ahead, I will say that traveling with him was difficult, and I think anyone who's traveled with small children will understand. But, as the saying goes, if you haven't experienced a challenge, you haven't lived. We are traveling by train to the city with the airport and hope that Dan Jr.'s nap will fall during the flight. Postscript. The adorable people don't think my English is so good that I said this off the cuff. I wrote this text and I read it. I wish you a pleasant viewing experience. Only interesting and positive things lie ahead. I love you, dear adorables. I wish you a pleasant viewing.
Это люди начали возмущаться.
Хорошо.
теперь выбросить себе. Деловая колбаса, скажи, да? Такая у меня зубов нет, почему? Конечно, зачем она будет играть?
The robots were sitting together with the baby. Mommy, Susie is sitting with Junior. Mommy is sitting there. It's because the plane is almost empty. And we took personal seats for each other. Ладно. What's going on there? All is alrighty? Alrighty?
Truly, God's creation is incredible. I'm always amazed by it. Yeah. By the way, while Sati was reciting poems, Susie was trying to relax in those fleeting moments, then Junior was sleeping. You don't usually see this Susie. I try not to show either her or myself when we are feeling low. But still, two children are doing their job. Sati has already developed a temper. Raised voice arguments are no longer uncommon in our house. All this is exhausting Susie, and she probably needs this trip more than anyone else. All through, she herself always says, "Vacation with children is impossible." What can I say? Maybe she is right. We will see. Okie dokie, 2 hours of flight behind us. We are landing now. The temperature outside is 26 degrees Celsius. I usually take the metro or bus from the airport, but with kids we took a taxi. It's a good thing all taxis in Turkey operate strictly by the meter. I haven't seen any exceptions. A taxi to the hotel will cost us about $16 US, plus a couple of dollars as a tip. The city is called Antalya, and we booked an expensive hotel for the night just to sleep there. Tomorrow I plan to look for an expensive rental car, and we will head toward Kash, possibly stopping in Demre along the way. My daughter and I decided to go to the beach before bed. The Antalya embankment glows so brightly in the evening. It's funny to think that we were home this morning, and now we are on the shore of the Mediterranean Sea, where your granddaughter loved throwing stones. Okie dokie, we will get some sleep and head to Kash tomorrow. What did I say there? Let's take a walk and then go to bed? Of course. Let's just say One of us was categorically against it. It's hard to argue with this guy because he's the loudest of us. Well, what can I say? He walked a fair number of circles there. I even felt like I had memorized that Turkish song. Really. The next day, within a couple of hours, I found a small rental car for $22 a day. But there was a problem. In Turkey, they usually freeze an 800 deposit on your credit card or ask you to leave the same amount as cash deposit. I didn't have either. Luckily, we are in the East, and here you can haggle. After some negotiations, I lowered the deposit to $160. Thought I did have to buy some ridiculous insurance for $18, but I thought I had managed a good haggle, and we shook hands. I went to a gas station. Gas cost about $1.7 per liter, and that was it. We were ready to go to Kash. On the way to Kash, we stopped in a village called Demre. We had been there before. It's a great place for kids with plenty of space to run and play. Dan Jr. actually enjoyed to communicate with cats. Uh, that is very funny. But I remember Sati being wary of them when she was little. But Dan Jr. not. Yes.
Соседи, берите, пожалуйста. Сади. Иди сюда. Подожди, это же да, возьми сюда. Да. Как я могла? На. Переоденемся, пойдем на море.
Mama. Иди, здесь плачевая каучина.
Папик, что ты на море идем?
Мама! Ура! Тут. Ура! Тут. Ура!
Так, что у нас здесь? Обувь.
Jump.
Grandma somehow magically lured Sati into the water. Before that, Sati didn't like swimming and always stayed on the shore. And now, look, she's splashing around like a dolphin, really. The water temperature is 25-26 degrees Celsius, which is about 77-79 degrees Fahrenheit. The sea is very salty, which is very good for your health. The air feels salty too. Around the fourth day, the whole family's runny nose disappeared. And that is great news and experiment. That is very good result of our little experiment, the climate is general. But it turns out that Junior is allergic to citrus fruits, which is strange because at home he had eaten lemons many times without any problems. But here he only had one taste of tangerines and immediately developed a red rash. This didn't affect his well-being or mood. He began to love playing with stones. Especially he likes to throw stones somewhere or to the water, to the sea.
Мама не знала, с папой мама не Уходим еще? Минут 15 еще.
Давай, прыгай! Прыгай!
У меня вот так хорошо.
Что, на ножки?
Нет, на ножки тут глубоко для тебя, это бабушки там. Давай позаеда укусим. Ой. Смотри, снимай. Что такое?
Мама, надо тетунь помогай.
Тетя. Пойдем.
А я не шутила, когда сказала много.
Надо, ну вот я тут кинула. Эй, так не пойдет. Вот тебе. Вот тебе.
Да, пожалуйста.
Вот тебе. Мам, где вот его кони?
Тоже не такая стянутая, как какой-то.
Бабушка и папа. Идем, папа. Долго будет? Нет. Долго? И я ухожу.
Ты кто говорит, черепаха?
Фото дай, похови
Это
мне.
не фото, это видео.
А похови мне.
Подожди. А ну-ка, давай-ка я вместе вас сниму. Руру, сюда смотри, Руру. Вот так вот, да, вот так вот лезь. Смотри, Руру. Руру. Сюда. Какой ты красавчик. Ай.
Да.
Ай.
Кстати, зайчик, сюда.
На 1, 2, 3 говорим тышекюль. Раз, два, три. Тышекюль!
Я сказала, если руки помой, я дам томат.
It's a little country village on the Mediterranean Sea coast, and look at that cave. But storm is coming, and the water will come here. So, guy who, the owner of that cave, his name Vulcan. He asked, "Can you help me then to make a preparations before storm here?" I said, "No problem." What a conversation can be, of course. You can see the clouds what coming. Look. The sun is going down right now. It's a sunset. The moon. And look at that clouds. There. The storm is coming. That is the owner. His name Vulcan. Nice guy, really. Later I will show you this cave inside. Okay. You go here. All is from wood. From wood. Simple. But it works. Simple, but it works. Okay. Come.
Поросята.
Before we look inside this cafe, I want to tell you a little bit about this place. The owner of this place, he have very interesting name. His name is Vulcan. Yeah, Vulcan. He started building this place 25 years ago. He built almost everything himself, using scrap materials. Vulcan does everything himself. He's the bartender, the barista, the cook, and the carpenter, and who knows what else. I especially like this table. It looks very authentic. Honestly, after what I saw, I expected the owner of such a place to have a classic motorcycle parked nearby. But a 50 years old car fits in just fine. I am slowly rolling along, filled with inspiration. I realize I haven't found my place yet. One day I will have to leave my current home, which I spent 7 years building, and start over. This isn't my desire. I have practically none left. Finding a safe place for my children to grow up peacefully and learn to respect this world is more my duty than my desire. A warm rain is already drumming on the roof. It is good. Rain is always a good sign for me. And that's all for today. Tomorrow we are heading to the city of Kash. See you there, my dears. I love you. See you, my lovely, adorable people.